Every game's not going to be perfect. I know fans, media, even ourselves, going out there and competing, we want to play the best. We want to have, a clean game where, you're not stressed at the end, going down to the last seconds, but that's not how the game goes all the time. So finding different opportunities, different ways to dig out a win is important. Especially as we get deeper into the season. You want to win these close battles, especially with a team like that. And how close the standings are right now. These wins are all important. So it was good bounce back game for us. They fought, we fought, but we were able to hold strong and figure it out. Khalil did a hell of a job today, and that block that he had was big time.
I was going to ask you about Khalil. There's obviously going to be ups and downs for young players, but how have you seen kind of Khalil respond to the adversity, and how impactful was he tonight just from the start?
I think he's been great, honestly. I've been on him. Coach has been on him. I told him, I try to relate to them from, I'm a little older than them, but I always tell them there's a meter. Think of it as like 2K back in the day. There should be a meter, takeover meter in the game. And I told him, the bottom is G League and the top is generational, and I want him to be in that generational every single game because that's the talent that he has. And he's been great, especially these last few games, being able to start and getting the opportunity. And it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be perfect where he's hitting every shot and everything like that. But those hustle plays, those energy plays, those second and third opportunities, hustling for the ball, offensive rebounds and things like that is what we need. We feed off that, and we saw that today. And I think he's doing a good job. It's going to be ups and downs, but as long as he stays mentally tough and fighting through the adversity, it's going to be good because we need him.
You guys have seen a lot of zone in the past 2 weeks. There have been stretches kind of in the mud, and there's stretches like the middle of the fourth where you guys were scoring in the paint a ton. When it's going well, what are the habits? What are the tendencies you guys are kind of hitting?
When it's going well, we're sticking to the foundation of the offense. When it's not going well, we're probably one pass possession, no pass possession, and we're trying to attack our guy head on, and the defense is loaded up, and they're able to see the plays in front. But when we swing the ball, having a guy cut through, and then being able to drive those gaps or swing the ball and playing a closeout situation, it's to our advantage. I think they're going zone because they know our pace. It's tough to keep up with that pace. The starting unit coming out running, then that second unit coming in and picking up the tempo. The zone is meant to slow us down. So the way you beat the zone is beating it before it gets set up, and then attacking it once they do. And it's ball movement, body movement, same fundamentals as our man principles. But I think those stretches we can need to get a little bit better at, especially as we get deeper in the season. Teams are definitely going to see that the zone works and slows us down a little bit, so we got to be able to execute at a high level.
Normally, it was a relatively slow start for you, but you picked it up, especially in that fourth quarter. What did the Knicks do in the first quarter kind of led to that? Was it make or miss? Was it maybe not getting some fouls? And then what led you to have that good fourth quarter?
I think it's a mix of everything. They played against me in MSG, and I had 30, so I knew they were going to come out and try something different. I think they were more. They're a little like a step or two closer than they were the game before, in full denials, switching, holding, grabbing. There's a little bit of everything, missing some easy shots, not getting some fouls on my drives. But for me, I've been in this league a long time and just worked on my mental, just staying the course, working the game, letting the game come to me, playing off of my teammates, finding some things in transition to loosen up the defense, and just continuing to attack, get in the paint, good things happen. And in the second half, I was able to find my operations in that zone and attack a little bit, get into the paint, get to my floater, and make the plays that are in front of me. But not every night is going to be me making 4 or 5 threes or whatever it is. The game is won in different ways, and I got to continue to figure out how to work in the offense, especially as I get more attentions on the defense. Hopefully it opens up my teammates to be able to attack as well.
Norm, the Knicks took about half of their shots from three last game, and this game it was closer to a third. They take some of the most threes in the league. Was there any sort of emphasis on staying home or running them off the three-point line tonight to kind of get them out of that part of their game? Yeah,
the emphasis was winning the closeout. That closeout battle is huge, especially when they got Shamet and Clarkson and McBride. They got quick triggers. So it's winning those closeout battles, being a step closer, making them put the ball on the ground instead of having them be able to lace it up. But they still got, how much they get? 36 threes. Did a good job. I think 25% is good. He made it tough for them, but that's that mentality we have to have defensively. Making every level of the offense for the opposing team difficult. I thought we did a great job of imposing our will defensively.
Drew hit those 3 big threes in the second half. I'm just wondering what you've seen. A guy like that, that's kind of the common
He
impression.
should have shot the 4th one when he had the snatch back. I told him that after the game. You got to heat check that. I love Drew. He's a steady force for us in that second unit. He might not always get big numbers, but he's in the right spots at the right time defensively, anchoring that, being in gaps, getting his hands on the basketball for deflections and steals. I'm actually surprised. He only had 1 steal today. I thought he had like 2 or 3 more. But he's just very IQ player on both sides of the ball, and he picks his spots. And today he made 3 big threes. Should have been 4. I'm gonna stay on him about that, but.